पाकिस्तान में मौजूद अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा के पॉपुलेशन फ़ंड के नुमाइंदे डॉक्टर लोर शबाने हमारे साथ मौजूद भी हैं और उन्होंने इस्लामाबाद में एक मीडिया ब्रीफिंग में एक जुमला कहा जिस पे ना सिर्फ हुकूमतों बल्कि हर पाकिस्तानी को गौर करना चाहिए। उन्होंने कहा कि जी इफ़ वी डोंट वांट आवर ओल्ड पीपल टू बी मिजरेबल तो हमें पहले आबादी कंट्रोल कर लेनी चाहिए, अदरवाइज तो हमारे बुजुर्गों का बुढ़ापा बहुत गुर्बत में गुजरे।
Dr. Shabane is with us, joining us from Islamabad. Dr. Shabane, good morning. Thank you for your time. How alarming is the situation in Pakistan in a nutshell?
Look, in Pakistan, population is a challenge, but it's not the whole story.
Okay.
The numbers are not very much important. What's important is the quality, the human capital. If you have 10 kids, and these children are healthy and very well educated, you have no problem. So the issue in Pakistan is how we can calibrate the population growth with the economic growth. Therefore, I think that what the government has done recently in the establishment of the National Population Council, where it has included the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Planning, Health, the Field Marshal, having all these together, signals two things. The first one is that population is a national issue that the top leadership is now taking care of, which is very important, and it's something that we have been advocating for a long time.
That's right.
The second is that they are getting population from being a pure health matter to a multi-sectoral matter. It is national security, it is finance, it is economy, planning, and also health. Therefore, I think now we are on the right track, but I would like to say that the most important is not to think how to use this narrative that's been used in Pakistan to control, to reduce population growth, to suppress fertility. The issue is how to invest in the quality of the people. The theme for this year is speaking about the aspirations and the potential of young people. So it is an occasion to remind ourselves that the entry point to address population issue is to improve their quality, their skills, and their abilities to penetrate
Dr.
the global market.
Shabane, have you discussed with the relevant people, relevant authorities, because generally we have noticed that a certain economic class, socio-economic class, mostly who are struggling to literally survive, have more number of children. They probably, you know, a laborer or a carpenter or a plumber who would mainly be making both ends meet would have 10 or 8 children. Then how can we expect him or her to for these children to be, you know, healthy, skillful, educated individuals, productive individuals?
Yes.
How to deal with that? Because, you know, this leads to another whole cycle of poverty then.
Yeah. The global experience tells us that the demographic cycle and the economic cycle are linked together. Those people who have large families, they are most likely to be poor. And when they become poor, they will bring more kids to help them in the farm and in the local work. The entry point to break this cycle is education. When we invest in the education, people start thinking of the welfare, of their opportunities, and to see opportunities beyond the small environment they live. The global survey that has been done by UNFPA in 73 countries has shown very important thing. In Pakistan, for example, most of the young people who participated in this survey, which are 1,700 people, young people from Pakistan, for females, they wanted to have between 2 and 3 children only. And for male, they wanted to have between 3 and 4. Nobody is speaking anymore about 5 children, about 6 children. Young people today, they are thinking differently. They want to travel, they want to have fun, they want to live, they want to enjoy their life. Their mission of life is not only to grow up children, but they want to survive. And therefore, it is an opportunity for the government to invest in their skills, in their opportunities, and in particular, to invest in adolescent girls, where these are going to be the mothers and who are the ones who are going to be growing up the coming generation.
Dr. Shabane, then we have hope if that is how the young people are thinking, because if we look at our youth bulge, we call it the youth bulge, 60% of the people, of the population is under the age of 25. So there is hope for us that we can change mindsets there. However, if you could just pinpoint the very first or basic thing that we need to begin with.
Look, you having the youth bulge is an asset for the country.
Right.
If you look at the long term, if we are able to invest in their capacities, in their skills, then there will be economic surplus. The country will be moving out of poverty. But it is very important to have good social policies, good investment in their opportunities, and not to think that the government is going to provide jobs. No, but to have an environment where young people can penetrate in the local markets and also in the global markets.
Dr. Shabane, from our discussion, would that be okay to derive that education would be the starting point? If we somehow provide education to every child who should be going to school in Pakistan, then these children would grow up, eventually decide for themselves, decide how they can, how many children should they have, would they have. So the starting point should be providing education to all the children out of school and in school.
We have three important things needs to be done in Pakistan. The first one is getting all these out of school back to school. We have almost 29 million out of school to go back to school, to provide the young people these days in the skills that is needed for the future market, particularly in the AI and technology. Third, to address the issue and unmet planning needs. In every 100 pregnancies happen in Pakistan, there are 17 are not wanted, but women are unable to prevent these pregnancies because either they don't have contraceptives, or they don't have access to these contraceptives, or they don't know how to use it. So these are the 3 points that Pakistan needs to work on, and this will automatically change the landscape to a better situation, inshallah.
Thank you
so much, Dr. Shabane, for being with us. 2-4 चीज़ें इन्होंने हमें गिनवाई हैं जो to be honest हमें पता भी है. ये जो आप एजुकेशन की बात कर रहे थे ना कि हम एजुकेट करें अपने बच्चों को, पहले तो इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ एजुकेशन का इनको बताएं. मतलब ये जब इम्पोर्टेंस ही, क्योंकि इसका जवाब में तो यही होता है ना, इसकी क्या ज़रूरत है, काम कराओ. मतलब जब ये माइंड सेट ही नहीं बदलेगा तो क्या चीज़ें बदलनी हैं. और कितनी अलार्मिंग चीज़ें जो हैं, बाकी के एक औरत के कोई कंट्रोल ही नहीं है कि हाउ मच बच्चे she wants to have or she should have.